Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Nah, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
Good afternoon and Roll Tribe ICC fans as we're back alive here on the Red Channel as your number 6 ICC Indians stepping outside of conference play to take on Southwest Tennessee this afternoon in Millington, Tennessee at the historic USA Stadium. Adam Gore proud to bring you this action on Let'sGoICCTV.com, inviting you to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook by searching Let's Go ICC. Let's take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups, and let's start with your ICC Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Rick Collier hopes he's got that winning combination put together here in Game 1. And here's your lineup from top to bottom. Kyle Krieger will be leading us off. He'll be playing second base. Jackson Lancaster will be in center field, batting second. LeBryant Sedale will be batting third. He'll be playing in left field. Cleaning things up will be Justin Medlin. He'll be over at first base. Russell Bunch will be batting in that 5 spot. He'll be playing third. Jacob Hall is the DH this afternoon. He's batting in the 6 hole. Austin Powell will be catching, batting 7th. Batting 8th will be Brett Coker. He'll be the shortstop, and batting 9th will be Lane Domino. On the hill for the Indians will be Tyler Smith. We'll take a look at some of his Sonic stats a little bit later on this afternoon. ICC comes in with a record of 21 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. They are 8-2 in the conference. This is no conference game, so that really doesn't have any bearings this afternoon. Southwest Tennessee, the Salukis come in with a 10-23 record, a very deceiving record. As the last time ICC came up here, they struggled in a pair of games against this Southwest squad that gave them fits. So for Southwest, this will be your lineup here. Batting first will be Jarrett Folks. He'll be playing in center field. Jarrett Kirkman will be the shortstop, batting second. Batting third will be Jackson Little, the first baseman. Chris Swanberg will be batting fourth. He'll be playing third base. The DH will be Cade Taylor. Playing in right field, Barron Porter. Playing at second base, Evan Kershaw. Catching will be Austin Gentry. And playing in left field will be Darius Balmer. And it's going to be Wes Yurdy pitching here. So we'll take a look at his Sonic stats as we await this First American National Bank opening pitch here for Game 1 between ICC and Southwest Tennessee. The opening pitch coming your way at 3:03. So that's the 3:03 First American National Bank opening pitch in the dirt for a ball. This is Kyle Krieger leading things off here for the Indians. As he swings on that one, a nice location on the pitch there. Comes up empty. Even with the count now at 1-1. So the new rankings came out today, and a few of those little question marks out there. There's a curveball that Krieger couldn't catch up with, and he's now behind the count 1-2. ICC, they moved up to number 6 in the country. A team they swept in Pearl River, they jumped up back to number 4. So Indians may have a little extra fire in their belly this afternoon as this pitch fouls straight back over the top of us here in the Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Remind you that you can learn how you can contribute to Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu. 1-2 pitch coming. It's a breaking pitch, and it hit him. So a curveball that didn't break quite enough hits Krieger, and he will get the trip down to first with no outs and a runner on first. Now this will be Jackson Lancaster coming to the plate. So Lancaster batting .353 on the year. He's got a .436 on base percentage and a .500 slugging percentage. Now with a runner on first and nobody out, top of the first, ICC trying to get things rolling here early on. Lancaster shows bunt, pulls back, and takes it for a ball. Or did he call that a strike? He called that a strike. Wow. So a pretty favorable strike call there. The umpire almost lined up directly with the batter, so no way he could have seen that outside corner. Either way it goes, throw over to first. Krieger dives back safely without any issues. So 0-1 is the count here to Jackson Lancaster. No outs, and runner over at first in Kyle Krieger. He was hit by a pitch. There's a ground ball, and it's going to be a hopper, and it's going to be foul. Well, nice play that time over at first base by Jackson Little. Tried to stay in fair territory when he grabbed it, but his momentum kind of carried him out as the ball was well down the line. So that goes for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here on Jackson Lancaster. So no outs here in the top of the first and no score between ICC and Southwest Tennessee. The first game of the day, I assume it's for 7 innings. I haven't heard either way, but since it's non-conference, you would think it would go 7-7. So waiting the 0-2 offering. This one lifted. It's got going back to the wall. Has it got enough? Yes, it does. Jackson Lancaster with a 2-run home run. A ball that just kept carrying and carrying and carrying, and Jackson Lancaster puts it out of the ballpark. A big-time start there for the Indians as Lancaster will trot that one in, and the Indians take a 2-0 lead on that 2-run shot from Jackson. That is his first home run of the season for Lancaster. So a positive start there for the Indians. And so now with no outs and nobody on, ICC leading 2-0. Now this is going to bring up LeBryant Sedale. So Sedale now will dig in, takes a look at that breaking pitch. It's well in the dirt for a ball. 2-0 is your score after a 2-run home run off the bat of Jackson Lancaster. It was hit well, didn't know if it had enough legs to get out of the ballpark, and little did I know it was a no-doubter. That pitch, fastball inside, missing. 2-0 now is the count here to LeBryant Sedale. So Sedale will dig in, looks at that pitch, and now he's ahead in the count 3-0. Well, just left a hanging curveball that Jackson Lancaster ate up. We'll give you the dimensions of the field, and it's a lot larger than what we're used to playing in here at USA Stadium. And we'll look at that after this pitch. 3-0 is the count here to that's Sedale who draws the walk. So down the lines is 334. That's pretty normal. Then down to center field, and it's pretty much straight away down there at center field. 414. So you're looking at that was probably close to a 375, 385 gap out there is where that home run went for Lancaster. And now with no outs and a runner on first, this is going to be Justin Medlin. Medlin had that big 2-run home run to spark the Indians in Game 2 as they swept number 2 Jones College over the weekend. See if he can repeat those here. No outs, runner at first base. Ball in the dirt, and it gets away, and Sedale will head to second. The catcher couldn't quite find it quick enough, and Sedale was flirting with the idea of heading over to third, but a great job hustling down that time by Gentry. Once he located the ball, it was near the ICC dugout. He was able to go over there and actually slid into the railing before he found it to keep Sedale over at first. So he will advance. So now a runner in scoring position here for Justin Medlin. Medlin, a .349 batter, .436 on base, and .581 slugging for Medlin. An absolute beautiful day at the ballpark if you're in the sun. If you're not, it's kind of chilly, especially here in the broadcast area. I went and got my hoodie, thank goodness I put that thing in the van the other day and just happened to forget it. As that pitch missing, ball gets away, but not far enough as the deflected off the catcher. Sedale couldn't see it well enough to know if he could have advanced on the ball, and probably a good thing that he didn't try because it barely got away. And so now the catcher wants to come out and talk to his pitcher in this situation here. 2-0 is your score. It was a 2-run home run by Jackson Lancaster. There's no outs here in the top of the first inning. Adam Gore, happy to bring you this action this afternoon on Let's Go ICC TV. Remind you, we will not have a broadcast for softball here tomorrow. It will actually be streamed by our friends over at Mississippi Delta. That link is available on our website. Just go to letsgoicc.com, go to the softball page, the schedule page, or the softball page, I should say. You'll see the Delta games, and those links will be there. We'll also have those active on our splash page at letsgoicc.com. So a runner at second, no outs. Justin Medlin at the plate. Medlin rips one foul, and now the count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Runner at second here for the Indians. They've already pushed across 2 in the top of the first, trying to build on that lead here in Game 1 against Southwest Tennessee. So waiting the pitch here. Medlin stands in, takes that one missing low. 3-1 now goes the count. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Runner at second. That's LeBryant Sedale, who walked and advanced on a wild pitch. Medlin at the plate with a 3-1 count, awaiting the offering here. Fastball just couldn't quite find it as he took a healthy chop at that one there. And now the count goes full here to Justin Medlin. Well, a great crowd out for ICC this afternoon. As a matter of fact, ICC fans outnumbering the Southwest Tennessee fans. So other than about the 2-hour drive here, is almost like a home game this afternoon. So 3-2 is the count here to Justin Medlin. He's awaiting the offering from Yurdy, and then he draws a walk. So the second walk of the inning, and now we're going to have a quick trip to the mound here from Southwest, Coach. And we're going to take a timeout. Hear a word from First American National Bank and be back with more right after this.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back after a brief meeting on the mound. No change made here for Southwest Tennessee, as this is now going to be Russell Bunch coming to the plate. Bunch batting .297 on the year. He's got a .444 on base percentage and a .406 slugging percentage. So with no outs, runners on first and second, this is Bunch. Swings on the first pitch he sees, pops it up. Right fielder's going to come in and make the catch, and he drops it. And so now they're going to try to relay it into second. Now bases will be full of the Indians. So he had it in the glove and just simply dropped it that time, so Bunch will reach on the error. And a nightmare start here for the Salukis of Southwest Tennessee as bases are loaded with no outs, and this is going to be Jacob Hall now at the plate. So the pitcher did a good job. Yurdy did a good job of coming in, getting the routine fly ball out to right field. The right fielder almost looked like he couldn't pick up on it. Was able to come in, get a glove on it, but then just simply fell out of his glove. So a tough break there for Southwest Tennessee. So now up is going to be Jacob Hall, the DH. Hall stands in, takes that first pitch high for a ball. So 1-0 is the count. Bases loaded here for the Indians. They already lead it 2-0, trying to extend on that lead here in the top of the first. It was a 2-run home run by Jackson Lancaster. As that pitch in there for a strike, 1-1 now is the count here to Jacob Hall. Austin Powell is on deck for the Indians, as ICC would love to get that merry-go-round spinning early here. Ball in the dirt, blocked up beautifully that time by Austin Gentry. Gentry's already been pretty busy here in this contest. He's had a couple of balls get away from him. That time he did a good job of just throwing his chest in front of it to keep the ball in front of him and not allow the runner to score. No outs, bases loaded here for the Indians. 2-1 now is the count here on Jacob Hall. Hall sees a curveball, puts it on the bat, going to get the force over at third in time, but the run does score. So a productive out there on the fielder's choice. Score that one 6-5 on the putout of Justin Medlin. LeBryant Sedale does score, and the Indians now lead it 3-0 with one away. And now this will be Austin Powell coming to the plate with runners on first and second. There's only one out here in the top of the first. Game 1, 3-0 ICC with the early lead. That ball in the dirt gets away, not far enough to allow the runner to advance. Second time today we've seen one kind of just get through the wickets of the catcher, as that one just kind of stuck to his leg and then rolled away enough to keep Bunch over at second. Bunch is at second. That's Hall at first after he reached on a fielder's choice. And this is Austin Powell at the plate. Powell rips one right back up the middle. And they're going to hold the runner over at third. So Austin Powell was able to come in and get that hit. Then the ball gets away on the throw-in. Well, I don't know why he ripped it in like that, as there was nobody trying to go home. And then just a good job that time by Yurdy backing up his catcher in that situation. If not, then the ball gets away and Bunch scores with ease. So a single for Austin Powell, and now this will bring up Brett Coker, the shortstop here for the Indians. Second hit of the inning for ICC. Bases loaded with only one out here in the top of the first for Coker. So Coker is at the plate awaiting the pitch. Takes that pitch across for a strike. Oh, beautiful breaking pitch that had Coker fooled that time. Swung on and missed. Strike two. 0-2 now is the count here on Brett Coker. There's a grounder. Third baseman can't find it. It's going to get over the head. One run will score. 2 runs will score here for the Indians. And ICC with 5 runs here in the top of the first, and a big-time hit there for Brett Coker. Indians off to a very good start in this one. You would wonder if there would be a little bit of a hangover after the big series against Jones, but so far so good for the Indians. But as we know, in JUCO ball, still a lot of baseball to be played in this situation here. So now we go to the number 9 batter, and this is going to be Lane Domino. Domino at the plate. Runners on first and second. Shows bunt, lays it down. If it stays fair, this is trouble. Going to have to hurry. The throw over is not in time. Lane Domino, quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog, and short it off there. 3 straight singles for the Indians as Domino lays that one down, and we might have a change here as we go back to the top of the lineup for the Indians. We'll take a timeout and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
Welcome back, as we do have a pitching change here for Southwest Tennessee. So we're going to take a break again and try to come back with the number of that young man. Looks like it might be number 19, but we'll double check after we hear a word from our sponsors right here on Let's Go ICC TV. The Indians lead at 5-0 with one out here in the top of the first.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back now as we move back to the top of the lineup. The Indians have batted around here in the top of the first inning. It's going to be Kyle Krieger. I just tweeted out about Jackson Lancaster's 2-run home run. This is Kyle Krieger now coming to the plate with bases loaded here for the Indians and one out. They already lead it 5-0 here in the top of the first, trying to see if they can get things spinning here early on. Man, this could be a big-time situation here for ICC if they can push across a few more runs here early on. New pitcher in the game for Southwest Tennessee. He still hasn't turned around enough for me to double check to make sure that's 19. Of course, we're a lot further away than it looks. And it looks pretty far away on your screen. Yes, that appears to be number 19 now, pitching for Southwest Tennessee. And that's going to be Nathan Rubel. Rubel coming in to pitch now for the Salukis. So Krieger at the plate. He was hit by a pitch to start the contest. Flares this one back and out of play. And 1-2 now. We'll go the count here on Kyle. Of course, we don't have to talk about Kyle and what he did against Jones. He had that grand slam in the Indians' 9-4 win in the sweep of number 2 Jones on Saturday. An exciting game there for the Indians. They lead at 5-0 here in the top of the first. One out, bases loaded for the Indians. That pitch drifts high for a ball. 2-2 now is the count here to Kyle Krieger. Brother Chris Burrows checking in, and yes, Brother Chris, that's a good point. I'd actually forgot about that. Last time the Indians made it to the national tournament, it was right here in Millington. They finished number 4 in the country that season, so the Indians hoping to get a little inspiration this afternoon. The last time they made that national tournament, and maybe see if they can get a little surge going towards it again this season. So waiting the 2-2 offering here from Rubel. Ball in the dirt, gets away. The run's going to sprint home and will score. So the Indians pick up their 6th run of the inning and lead it 6-0 now. Runners do advance also over to second and third. So that was Austin Powell that came across the score. Brett Coker's now at third and Lane Domino over at second. So Krieger at the plate. Rubel taking his time. Now gets set to deliver. Awaiting the pitch here from Rubel. Krieger rips one, and this is trouble if it stays fair, and it does. This is going to be a 2-run extra base hit here for Kyle Krieger. And ICC, my goodness, they are ripping it here early. A 2-run double there for Kyle Krieger. And ICC leads it 8-0, top of the first, one out. And now up is going to be Jackson Lancaster. He was the guy that got everything started for us on a 2-run home run. As that closes the book on Yurdy, all but one of the 8 runs earned for Yurdy. So Krieger's over at second now, and this is Jackson Lancaster at the plate. Takes a look at that first pitch, low and inside for a ball. Well, for the Indians, it's Tyler Smith who will be pitching, and boy, I tell you what, for Tyler, he's got to love the fact that he's already got 8 runs on the board, and there's only one out here in the top of the first. So Lancaster waits the pitch, looks at that one high. 2-0 now is the count. See, the scoreboard shows 3-0 now. So it is 2-0. 2-0 is the count here on Lancaster. That pitch high and inside. And now the count will go 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes, and 1 out here as Lancaster is at the plate. ICC leading at 8-0. We're in the top of the first. There's only 1 out. And a runner at second in Kyle Krieger, who just doubled in a pair of runs. So winning the pitch here. That one misses inside. Ball gets away, and Krieger will head to third. So that'll be a walk issued there. Krieger advanced on the pass ball, and now this will be LeBryant Siddell. LeBryant walked, scored a run in his previous at-bat. And now the Indians with runners on the corners. They lead at 8-0 here in the top of the first inning. 1 out. Krieger is at third. Lancaster standing over at second base. And so Siddell will dig in and wait the offering here for Rubel. He is the second pitcher of the game, and we're not even out of the first inning yet. ICC rolling here early. They lead at 8-0. 1 out. Runners on the corners here for the Indians. Siddell looks at that pitch high for a ball. ICC's got 5 hits in the game. They've been walked 3 times. They were hit by a pitch and also reached on an error. Even the 1 out of the inning was a productive out because it was an RBI fielder's choice by Hall. Siddell fouls this one back and evens with the count now at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike is the situation here on LeBryant Siddell. Runners on the corners here for the Indians. 1 out, top of the first, 8-0 is your score. That pitch drifts high. And 2-1 now is the count here on Siddell. So this is a non-conference doubleheader this afternoon in Millington, Tennessee between ICC and Southwest Tennessee. Siddell awaits the pitch, looks at that one, paints the corner for a strike. 2-2 now is the count. ICC will be back in action, or at least they're scheduled to be back in action against Southwest Mississippi on Saturday. Now, there is a lot of rain forecast throughout the state, and especially down the southern part of the state. So we'll keep an eye on that. Of course, you can follow us on Twitter for any updates. Siddell stands in, waiting for the 2-2 offering. That pitch just outside for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and runners on the corners here for the Indians. Top of the first, ICC has pushed across 8 runs so far here in the inning. So Siddell awaiting the 3-2. Runner goes. Siddell sends this one high in the air. Right fielder's going to come over. Struggling with it again, but this time finds it. It's going to turn into a sac fly opportunity. Yes, it will. Kyle Krieger comes in and scores the run, so that is another productive out here for the Indians. And, of course, as we talk about it, those sacrifice flies being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. So Krieger scores, and it's now 9-0. As that goes for a sacrifice fly out there in right field. 2 away now, and this is going to bring up Justin Medlin. Coach Collier coming out to speak to the home plate umpire. Not really sure what he was talking about there. Indians lead it now 9-0. And this is Justin Medlin up for the second time this inning. He walked, was erased on a fielder's choice in his previous at-bat. So Medlin going to try to see if he can spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians. That was one thing that was big against Jones, was 2-out hits. You've got Jackson Lancaster over at first. There is 2 outs here in the inning. Curveball that didn't curve as Medlin ducks underneath that one for ball one. 1-0 now is the count. Indians want to get out to a hot start, especially after coming off that emotional sweep of number 2, Jones. Was worried about a little bit of a hangover. Well, it hasn't. I don't have to worry about that so far. Indians have 9 runs on the board on 5 hits. That pitch missing low for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Justin Medlin. As we talked about in his previous at-bat, he did have that big 2-run home run to spark the Indians in Game 2 against Jones. And that was in the top of the first as well. So Medlin will dig in here, await this 2-0 offering. Instead, there'll be a throw over to first. Lancaster dives back, literally, like just dove back, didn't slide back, dove back into the bag safely. And 2-0 will stay the count. So this is Justin Medlin at the plate, awaiting this 2-0 offering from Rubel, the second pitcher of the inning. Runner goes, and that's going to be a foul ball from Medlin. The Indians trying to get a little hit and run action going there on that play. Throw from Coach Ernest back to the pitcher. A bad throw in the Indians dugout, giving him a little bit of a fit over there on the side. The former All-State pitcher, Dylan Ernest. Now assistant coach here for the Indians. 2-1 is the count here on Justin Medlin. 2 outs and a runner over at first base. That's Jackson Lancaster. Rubel will step off the mound here, and we'll do it all over again. So waiting the 2-1 offering here to Medlin. 9-0 is your score. 2 outs. Runner on first here in the top of the first for the Indians. Rubel checks the runner, now delivers. That ball gets away, and that'll allow Lancaster to jog down to second without an issue. And again, the catcher, Gentry, is going to be worn out after this inning because he's had to get after a lot of balls in the dirt. He's tried to block up and has blocked up some of them, but most of them have slipped away from him, not too far at times, but he has been very active behind the plate so far here in the top of the first. So a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Medlin at the plate. Medlin awaiting the pitch here from Rubel, who checks the runner at second. Ball in the dirt, and that will be ball 4. So the second walk issued by Rubel this inning. Fourth walk of the contest, and now this is going to be Russell Bunch. Russell flew up, or hit a pop-up to right field. The right fielder came in and just dropped it out of his glove. So Russell reached on an error in his first at-bat, did eventually come around to score a run. So 2 outs, runners on first and second here for the Indians. As that pitch outside, 4 ball. 1-0 now is the count. We welcome those that are watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. Invite you to visit our archives. We've got a lot of stuff that we put on there. Of course, we put baseball, softball up at the end of their respective seasons because the coaches, well, they just don't want teams to get a little extra edge on them. So once the seasons are concluded, we'll have those available here on the on-demand section. Breaking pitch that just hangs up that time. Didn't quite pull the cord on it enough, did Rubel. And 2-0 now goes the count here to Russell Bunch. If Bunch were to reach, then we'll go back and see Jacob Hall one more time this inning. 9-0, top of the first. A great start to the contest here for the Indians. So Bunch waiting for the pitch here from Rubel. There's a grounder. Second baseman finds it. We'll toss it to the shortstop, and that will finally end the inning. But the Indians, they put some runs on the board. 9 of them, as a matter of fact, on 5 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. Big start for the Indians. Tyler Smith will come in to pitch for ICC in the bottom of the first. But before we do that, we'll take a break and hear a word from our sponsors and be back with more right after this.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back as Tyler Smith takes the hill with a 9-0 cushion right now as we move to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Sonic stats on Tyler Smith this season. He's 1-0. He's pitched 10 1/3 innings, given up 11 hits, 3 runs, only one of those earned. He's walked 4, has struck out 9. Actually, that's Roland's stat for Smith. He's pitched 8 2/3 innings, given up 12 hits, 8 runs, all 8 of those earned. He's walked 5, struck out 7. He's got an 8.31 ERA. His first pitch, going to miss high for a ball. As that pitch missing low, so we'll see if it might be a little bit of a tight strike zone. As 2-0 now is the count. This is Jarrett Folks leading things off here for the Salukis as they trail at 9-0 in the bottom of the first. That pitch across for a strike. Well, the wind is blowing in, and there went all my notes. So don't do anything fancy while I go chase those down. As that pitch missing low for a ball. And so 3-1 now is the count here. Pitch coming from Smith, and that one's across for a strike. Nice job that time by Smith to battle back and force the count to go full. So Tyler going to see if he can find a Renaissance Bank strikeout here to start the contest. Instead, there's going to be a foul ball, fouled out of play, and we'll stay at 3-2. So that one in the stands to the right, a huge ballpark. As we talked about, this is a very historic park, a special park for ICC, as this is where they advance to the World Series at. There's a ground ball to second. Krieger will have it and then boots it. That one just took an awkward hop on him that time. And so an error to start the contest. And East Central will have a runner on. So that one just took an awkward hop over there. When it got to him at second, ran up his arm and just couldn't quite find it quick enough. And knowing Kyle, he's not going to be very pleased with himself after that one there. So with no outs and a runner at first, this will be Kirkman at the plate, the shortstop. Well, I'm trying to update Twitter. When you have 9 runs in an inning, it takes a lot of characters to get that one out. And then that one's going to hit the batter. So Smith, a little bit of a shaky start here. It's been a minute since we've seen him on the mound. So it might be a little few nerves out there. And now Coach Collier going to come out. I was looking down. I hear some fans saying that he was trying to attempt to bunt. And they're going to, now the infield umpire is going to come back and say, come on back in that situation. So again, as I said, I was trying to update Twitter, so I did not see what happened there. And they're telling the batter, or excuse me, the guy that went down to first to come on back and said it was a bunt attempt. So instead, it will go for a strike. And that pitch paints the inside corner. We'll see if the umpire show his count here. Runner at first. No outs. This pitch popped up and out of play. That'll be strike 2. Well, the runner got on after an error over at second base. So the Salukis would like to chip into this 9-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. No outs, runner at first. Runner goes. That pitch missing low. And it'll be a stolen base for Folks. So a nice job that time, just getting it going, getting over in scoring position. And so now the count, I believe, goes 2-2. So Smith sets to deliver. This pitch jammed him a little bit. Krieger will come in, call everyone off, and squeeze it for out number 1. So with 1 away now, this is going to bring up Swanberg. Swanberg will dig in with 1 away and a runner on second. ICC leading 9-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. I promise I'll eventually get this tweet out, folks, is updating what everybody's doing in that previous inning is taking up a while, of course, doing the broadcast and running the commercials and shooting highlights, which you can see later, tomorrow probably, on Let's Go ICC TV. Or excuse me, Let's Go ICC on YouTube. Breaking pitch. They're going to say he went for a strike. So 0-2 now is the count with 1 out. Nice job by Smith to quickly get ahead of the batter here in this 0-2 situation. Runner at second, ICC leading it 9-0 with 1 out. This pitch pops straight back and out of play, and will stay at 0-2. Well, our next broadcast on the Red Channel, as of right now, is scheduled for Saturday at Colin for softball. Softball moved up to number 14 in the country in today's rankings. Is that pitch high and inside for a ball? 1-2 now is the count here to Swanberg, the third baseman. Baseball slid up to number 6, so ICC, very proud programs on the diamond, staying nationally ranked and still making a chase for those state championships. 1-2 now is the pitch. Curveball, swung on a miss, ball got away. Runner will try to advance to first, and he will. So that will go as a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Should be the second error of the inning after the ball got away from the catcher that time to allow the runner to get down to first. And now this will bring up Cade Taylor. So one thing that happens sometimes when you do get that 9-0 lead, you kind of lay back and relax a little bit, and the Indians need to tighten the bolts and see if they can get back in this one as this pitch missing outside for a ball. 1-0 is the count, 1 out. Runners on the corners here for the Salukis. They trail at 9-0 here in the bottom of the first. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon in Tennessee. That pitch drifting high and outside, and 2-0 now is the count. This is Tyler Smith on the hill here for the Indians. As we said, only pitched 8 2/3 innings, so hasn't got a lot of work today, or this season, I should say, getting some of it today. You feel like he'll be able to find the zone a little bit. Of course, Tyler is the son of the Ole Miss softball coach, so knows, got a little athleticism. He's been around a lot of sports throughout his life, so he's a gamer. And that's what you like in a guy, especially in this JUCO league. Come out and just grip one out when you need him to. This pitch fouled off, and now there's 2 strikes. And that's a fine example of it right there, as he's able to battle back and force the count to go 2-2 here on Cade Taylor. Well, he got a strikeout in the previous batter, but the ball got away from the catcher and was able to put the runner at first. So runners on the corners now. 2-2 is the count with 1 out. Snap throw over to first, just kind of a little lazy throw to keep him honest over there, to see if he might have been going in that situation since they've already stolen 1 base this inning. So waiting the pitch here from Smith. 2-2 is the count, 1 out. Runners on the corners. ICC leading 9-0. Hard hit ground ball, that's going to get through, and that's going to score a run. An RBI single there for Cade Taylor, and a clutch hit for Taylor. So that'll be an RBI single. That allowed Fultz to score, who reached on an error. And that pitch misses for a ball. So runners on first and second. 9-1 now is your score in favor of the Indians. ICC sent 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 batters to the plate in the top of the first as this pitch fouled back. Oh, nearly ran down that line, and one of the fans not paying attention. Someone just said a quick heads up, and she dipped out of the way there at the last second. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Runners over at first and second. Breaking pitch that didn't break, and that's going to be a hit batter. So the second time, or actually the first official time, I should say, we've had a hit batter in this situation. And now the bases are loaded here. So now the Salukis trying to get a big inning of their own. Big swing and a miss there for a strike. This pitch popped up, and it's going to get out of play. So now 0-2 is the count. Smith trying to get out of this jam here with minimum damage done. 1 run is scored. Bases are full of Salukis right now. Gets set to deliver the pitch. That one missing high. 1-2 is the count. Not a bad spot to miss that time if you're Smith, to see if you couldn't get him to chase one high in the zone. But a good eye that time on the part of Crenshaw. So awaiting the pitch here. Swung on and missed for strike 3. A big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Tyler Smith with bases loaded. So now with 2 away, this is going to be Gentry, the catcher, coming to the plate with 2 outs and bases loaded here for the Salukis. So a big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there as that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 now is the count here to Gentry. Bomer is on deck for the Salukis. Or actually, excuse me, that is not the case. This is actually Crenshaw, so I see where I messed up. I put Kirkman down after being hit by a pitch and then moved instantly to Jackson Little, so I've got to move all my stats up a person in this situation because that's actually Bomer that is on deck. Is that pitch missing for a ball? So yeah, let me make this quick correction this inning. So this is actually Crenshaw. And there's a big swing and a miss. That is the second strike. So now the count goes 2-2 now that I've got myself situated here. Can we get back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts to end the inning and get out of the jam here from Smith? Pitch coming? Yes, he does. Tyler Smith, a clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there to get out of the bases-loaded jam. And ICC leads it 9-1 after 1 inning complete. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we thank the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi for being one of the many proud sponsors of ICC Athletics here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Also, we do radio, but not today. That's on 95.1 The Farm, your new hometown country station out of Saltillo. The Indians lead at 9-1. After one inning of play, it was a big top of the first, highlighted by a 2-run home run by Jackson Lancaster, a 2-run single by Brett Coker, and a 2-run double by Kyle Krieger. And ICC leads it 9-1. So for the Indians, it'll be Jacob Hall leading us off. Hall, Powell, and Coker all due up. That pitch missing high for a ball. That pitch drifting high and inside for a ball as well. 2-0 now. Quickly ahead of the count is Jacob Hall. He grounded into a fielder's choice, but did push across a run in his first at bat today. I want to give a shout out to Austin's dad, who is checking in as that pitch across for a strike. Mr. Mike checking in. And that one, I believe, missing. 2-1 now is the count. So Hall, the DH, checks the swing, and that's ball 4. So it was 3-1, but now the count is cleared, and that will be a leadoff walk to start the inning. And now this will be Austin Powell. Powell singled, scored a run on a wild pitch in his last at bat. Indians would love to get another big inning going here. They scored 9 in the top of the first, looking to get it going again here in the top of the second. They lead it 9-1. So Powell at the plate, swings on the first pitch he sees. Oh, a nice play over at third. The throw is in time for a Little Caesars double play. Let's give credit where credit's due. That ball was blistered that time by Powell. It was just one of those plays over there at third base where the third baseman stretched his glove out, said, whoa, look what I found, and turned the Little Caesars double play. Score that one 5-4-3 to get a quick 2 outs here in the inning. And now this will be Brett Coker. Coker doubled in a pair of runs, or excuse me, singled in a pair of runs, I should say, in his previous at bat. So 2 outs now for Coker at the plate. Takes that pitch high for a ball. 2-0 is the count here. This pitch popped up. Center fielder is going to go back, now come in a little bit and camp underneath it for the out. So after the Little Caesars double play, it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. An unconventional way there. No runs, no hits, no errors in a quick top of the second. ICC leads it 9-1. We'll take a break and let's hear from Little Caesars, as we'll be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza, pizza.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC leads at 9-1 as we move now to the bottom of the second inning. We'll give you some Renaissance Bank scoreboard updates coming to you here in a moment. We're keeping an eye on some of the games out there in the league, especially this Gulf Coast and Pearl River game. That's going to have some big-time positions, or conference standings, I should say, on the line. Is that first pitch across for a strike from Tyler Smith. This is Gentry at the plate. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Slow roller, going to have to hurry. Throw over is in time. No, they're going to say he was safe. So just beat it that time. So we're going to call that an infield single, as that ball just did not have any legs. Brett Coker made a great play on it. Thought it was a good stretch to get the runner, but a bang-bang play going the way of the Salukis. And now this will bring up Bulmer. So here's some scores throughout the league. As we said, this is a non-conference game this afternoon. But Northeast leads Coahoma 6-1 through 5 innings complete. That's in game 1. Gulf Coast and Pearl River, they're 0-0 through 3 complete. Northwest leads Holmes 1-0 through 2 complete. And Meridian and Hines are 1-1 after 1. That's another one. That's a big one there. So the Gulf Coast, Pearl River, Hines, and Meridian series are some pretty big series inside the MACJC that we're going to keep an eye on at the end of the day. ICC 8-2 in conference play, not playing conference, but if things fall the way of the Indians, they could find themselves leading the league at the end of the day. That pitch high and inside for a ball. Darius Bulmer, he is out there in left field this afternoon for the Salukis. 1-0 is the count. Runner at first after an infield single by Gentry on a bang-bang play, and they're going to ask if he went. He did not. I agree. And 2-0 now is the count here on Gentry, the number 9 batter. And then we'll jump back up to the top of the lineup in Jarrett Folks. Snap throw over to first, not in time. 2-0 now is the count. So Bulmer at the plate awaiting the pitch. Takes that pitch high and inside. 3-0 now is the count here on Bulmer. Well, both these pitchers are actually, we've had 2 pitchers in already for, I keep wanting to say East Central. That's not East Central. We play them next weekend. Southwest Tennessee is that pitch right down Broadway for a strike. As that was Wes Yurdy that got the start. Then Nathan Rupel came in before the first inning was over. There's a ground ball. Oh, great play there. Now the Indians a chance to turn 2, but no, a throwing error as the ball was in the dirt that time, and that is going to be another error on the Indians there. Could have been a chance for a tailor-made Little Caesars double play, but Smith kind of panicked a little bit, threw the ball in the dirt as it went to the shortstop, Coker. And so now an opportunity here for Southwest Tennessee to get a big inning going. Now it's back to the top of the lineup. And this is Folks, who reached on an error, stole a base, and scored a run in his previous at-bat. So runners at first and second now. The Indians with 3 errors in the contest. Very uncanny for this ICC defensive squad. As that bunt's laid down, it's going to go foul. Well, as we talked about, an absolute beautiful day at the ballpark. If you weren't able to make the trip, and I understand, that's the reason why we wanted to stream the game today, because we've got a really long road trip planned for this weekend, weather permitting that is, down to Southwest Mississippi. So we wanted to make sure we provided the broadcast this afternoon for this non-conference game for those that may not be able to make the trip, so they can head down to check out ICC in Southwest Mississippi later on this week. We're in the bottom of the second, and it's 9-1 ICC, but threatening here as there's only one play. They're going to go to third. The throw is not in time. Wow, another bang-bang play going against the Indians. as that one looked like a pretty good throw. He didn't pull him off the bag or anything. The slide, they say, just beat the throw. So that is the second time that Gentry has gotten the benefit of the doubt from the infield umpire. And he's taking advantage. So now bases are loaded, full of Salukis here. And this is going to be the number 2 batter, Jared Kirkman. Ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely that time by Austin Powell to keep the runners where they are. So now no outs in the inning. The Salukis going to try to spark the bats here and see if they can chop into this 9-1 lead of the Indians in the bottom of the second. Smith's pitch coming. It's right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Jackson Little is on deck. Now he struck out, but reached after the ball, got away from the catcher on a ball that was low. It kind of, unfortunately for Powell, ricocheted off his inside part of his leg, and it got away from him. That ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely by Powell. You saw Smith charging in to cover the plate in case the runner did decide to go, but Powell was able to kill that one and keep the runner over at third base. So Kirkman swings on that one, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Now they're going to try to score 2. The throw from center is going to be cut off, and a big-time clutch hit there for the Salukis, and that's going to be a 2-run single off the bat of Jared Kirkman, and it's now 9-3. Gentry comes around to score. Ballmer comes around to score, and Jarrett Folks, who reached on that fielder's choice, would head over to third. And so now with no outs in the inning and runners on the corners here, 9-3 now is the score in favor of the Indians. Well, as they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, and that's how the Salukis are attacking what once was a 9-0 lead. They scored 1 run in the bottom of the first, and so far 2 here in the bottom of the second with no outs and runners on the corners here. That pitch drifting low and outside, and it goes for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Jackson Little. As we said, struck out but reached on an error in his previous at-bat. It was left stranded as the Salukis left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first after back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Technically 3 of those in the game so far. This ball is going to be a tough play. What a play there. Chance to turn 2. Yes, they do. Big time Little Caesars double play there. A great play at shortstop by Coker. He leaned back and zipped it over to second, and the relay around. And that's a pitcher's best friend there. Roll that one up 6-4-3 for that Little Caesars double play. And now there's 2 outs in the inning with the runner at third. And this is going to be Swanberg. Swanberg in his previous at-bat had an RBI single. He was left stranded at second. So a big-time Little Caesars double play there to pick up 2 outs in ICC. Trying to get out of this inning with minimum damage done. 2 runs on the board so far here for the Salukis in the bottom of the second. This pitch popped up, a flare down the left side to get out of play. And that'll go for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. ICC is getting someone loose in the bullpen. Can't really see who that is from my vantage point, so we'll try to keep you updated if there is any changes made, of course. This pitch popped up. Shallow center field. Now the wing drifting it over to left. LeBryant Sedell will come in and squeeze it, and that will do it. So a big-time Little Caesars double play helps the Indians get out of a little bit of trouble there. But it was a 2-run single by Jared Kirkman. That makes it a 9-3 contest after 2 complete. We'll take the break and come back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. Like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 9-3 is your score. It's after 2 complete in game 1. Thank those that are watching here on Let's Go ICC TV.com/red. Yep, I'm reading you my tweet as I'm tweeting it out. Be sure and follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. You can also keep up with us there on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, pretty much any social media platform. Just search Let's Go ICC and you can find us there. This is Lane Domino leading us off here in the top of the 3rd inning. He singled, scored a run back in that 9-run first as that pitch hits him. So Domino will take a base. Second hit batter today for the Indians. And now this will send us back to the top of the lineup in Kyle Krieger. Krieger, he's had a productive day. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run, doubled, plated 2, and eventually came around to score a run again. So now with no outs and a runner at first, this is Krieger who swings on the first pitch he sees, popped up. First baseman chasing over, will head towards the dugout, then can't get there. Domino heads up play. The first baseman kind of lost focus on the fact that he had a runner over at first base, and Domino showing why he's a coach's son. A very smart play there. Waited back as soon as he caught it. Notice he didn't turn around immediately. Took off, and with Domino's speed was able to get to second without an issue. And so now with 1 out in the inning, this is going to be Jackson Lancaster. Lancaster hit his first home run of the season to spark the Indians' bats in that 9-run top of the 1st. That pitch across for a strike. Rubel has done a pretty good job coming in and cooling off the Indians' bats. He's only given up 1 hit. Did get a 3-up, 3-down inning thanks to a Little Caesars double play in the second. So now trying to see if he can get out of this inning with a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And this is Lancaster at the dish. Lancaster swings on this one, pops it up in foul territory. Third baseman giving chase, and it was way out of play that time. And so 0-2 now is the count here to Jackson Lancaster. Well, as we said, a great day at the ballpark if you're in the sun. If not, it's chilly, and it is chilly here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Dr. Jan Reed Bunch, Jim Ingram, and Tilda Bushlaw do a great job there at the college, part of the ICC Foundation. Visit iccms.edu for more information. That pitch, a borderline pitch, not going the way of the Salukis there. Good eye by Jackson Lancaster. 1-2 now is the count. We're at USA Stadium. Last time the Indians made the World Series, the College World Series, I should say, it was right here in this stadium. Tim Dillard, part of that team. Waiting the 1-2 offering here from Rubel. Lancaster at the plate. That pitch high. 2-2 now is the count. Winds are somewhat calm, at least it looks like it in the outfield. You can hear a slight breeze here at the ballpark occasionally. So Lancaster will dig in, awaiting this 2-2 offering from Rubel. And that pitch drifts high. 3-2 now goes the count. Well, Rubel just can't quite get on top of his curveball at times today, but when he does get it going, it's pretty nasty when he can get it to bend, but it hasn't quite been able to do so in the previous 2 pitches. So the count's full, 3-2 with 1 out and a runner at second base. ICC leading 3-0, top of the 3rd. Or excuse me, 9-3, I should say, top of the 3rd. And there's that breaking pitch, as we said, just couldn't quite get it to bend there. Lancaster turns and takes it for a walk. Second time he's walked today, so he's 1 for 1 with that 2-run home run. And now with runners at first and second, this is going to be LeBryant Sedale. Sedale officially no at bat. He had a sacrifice fly, and his previous at bat he walked and came around to score a run before that. So now with one out, runners on first and second, the Indians trying to get back some of those runs they gave up. It's 9-3 after that 2-run bottom of the second for the Salukis. That pitch missing low. Domino thought that one got away for a second. Was kind of toying a little bit with the catcher as he took a hard charge. Catcher thought about throwing back to the pitcher, then held on to it. And then Domino just jogged back without any issue. That pitch missing for a ball. Sedale is digging in here. Rubel taking a lot of time. And that pitch goes high for another ball. And Gentry wants to come out and talk to his pitcher here as he's kind of struggling to find the strike zone, as there is somebody getting loose in the bullpen for the Salukis. As we said, someone also getting loose for the Indians as well. I can finally see the number on the player for ICC, and that's going to be Peanut. Hunter Hughes getting loose. And trying to pick up the number on the young man getting loose for the Salukis. And there's a bar in my way. That's the reason why I can't necessarily see his number. So LB at the plate, and everybody was ready but the home plate umpire. Now he's ready to go. So LB will dig in. 2-0 is the count. One out, runners at first and second. ICC leading 9-3. And that pitch missing low and outside, and 3-0 now is the count. So 3-0. Figure Sedale is going to be taking the whole way here. One out, runners on first and second. And he is, and he draws another walk. So now bases will be loaded here for the Indians. LeBryant Sedale, good patient at bat there, was taking the whole way. That pitch missed up in the zone. And for the second time today, he draws a walk. That is going to be the fourth walk of the day for Rubel. 6 in total for the Salukis. And now this is going to be Justin Medlin. Well, this is a guy you don't want to leave a breaking ball to, because he can go put that one far, far, far away if he wanted to. And so bases loaded with one out. ICC trying to get back some of those runs they gave up. They lead at 9-3 after a 9-run top of the first. That pitch right down Broadway for a strike. A little slider action that time, as Medlin just dipped back and took it. 0-1 is the count here to Medlin. Bases loaded here for the Indians. One out. Top of the third. Medlin puts a charge in this one. And it's going to be in foul territory, but a great catch there as the left fielder went sliding into the fence, but made the play. My goodness. That's typically where I would say that's going to be an early nominee for our What a Play Wednesday. Heck, that's even good enough to maybe even sneak in our own What a Play Wednesday. What a great effort out there by Bomer. He went up, caught it, threw all regards to the wind, and slid into the fence and held on for the out. Now there's 2 away, and this is going to be Russell Bunch at the plate with bases loaded here for the Indians. Bunch takes a look at that first pitch, high for a ball. Well, we will have our Renaissance Bank What a Play Wednesday coming your way tomorrow. You can follow us on Twitter. Also hit up our YouTube page. Check out Facebook for that being brought your way. Madison Haley having our What a Play Wednesday presented by Renaissance Bank each week. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. Breaking the action. I tell you what, let's hear from Renaissance Bank, as we'll take a timeout and be back with more right after this.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, as we do have a pitching change here for the Salukis. And we'll try to get you that number, but before we do, we'll come back and take another break and be back with more. ICC leads it 9-3. Bases loaded with 2 outs here in the top of the third. 2-0 is the count to Russell Bunch. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
I just want to let you listen to a little Nelly right now. I haven't heard that song in forever. All right, and we're back. It's 90s week is the theme for Indian Week this week, and that one's in the 2000s, however, but throwing it back a little bit there. A little Nelly over the PA system. Kudos to whoever was running the PA there, and now the Indians trying to get something going here. 2-0 is the count as Trey Boren enters to pitch here. Is that ball a breaking pitch across for a strike? 2-1 now is the count. It got away for a moment, but not far enough for the Indians to advance. Russell Bunch at the plate. Bases loaded here for ICC. They lead at 9-3. We're in the top of the third. Game 1 of 2 this afternoon. As Bunch looks at that one, ball gets away, and again, the runner not trying to go. Domino's got pretty good speed, but I don't think he's got world-class speed to be able to beat that home, as the ball just barely got out of the dirt that time. 3-1 now is the count here to Russell Bunch. Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded here for the Indians. They lead at 9-3, top of the third inning. 2 outs. Bunch is at the plate with a 3-1 count. And that's going to be ball 4. So the run will score there. The umpire a little late on that, and actually Bunch was waiting to hear what he called it. He calls it ball 4, and ICC pushes across the run there. And now they lead at 10-3. Some of the Saluki fans, and I got to agree, that one looked like a pretty good pitch there, but from my vantage point, I got zero say-so on a ball or a strike today, as I'm almost in the next county. Here in the broadcast booth is that pitch missing low for a ball. Not hating on it, though. Love this point of view, being this high up, able to get a pretty good shot of the entire field, or at least I could if I zoomed the camera out, but really couldn't see the what the field looks like. Matter of fact, I may do that during the break just to kind of give you a feel from how far we are away from the field right now, as big swing and a miss that time by Jacob Hall. He is 0 for 1 of the day. He reached on a fielder's choice that drove in a run, eventually came around to score. He also walked, but was left stranded in a unconventional 3-up-3, or excuse me, he was not left stranded, as he was actually erased on a Little Caesars double play in an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning for the Indians back in the second. 10-3 is your score. We're in the top of the third between ICC and Southwest Tennessee. That pitch drifting high for a ball. So this is Trey Boren entering to pitch, coming in a tough situation here. Enters with bases loaded. And I believe the count is 3-1. And they're going to call that a strike, so 3-2 now is the count. As we said, just a weird cadence. I hate to say weird, but I mean, he's kind of just a little delayed on his strike call as Hall started heading down that time, and he doesn't have a very big bark on a strike. As there's going to be a flare, and it's going to get through, and that's going to score at least one. No, they're going to ask Sedale to come around to score. He will. The throw will not be in time, and a clutch 2-run single there by Jacob Hall, and ICC takes a 12-3 lead with 2 outs. 2 out hitting. Man, that is big time baseball there, as that was a 2-run single. 12-3 now is the lead, and this is going to be Austin Powell coming to the plate. Austin ripping the cover off the ball this season with a team high .410 batting average. He's got another team high with a .549 on base percentage, and Yahtzee another team high with a .641 slugging percentage. Trying to get those numbers up here. Runners on the corners for the Indians. 2 outs, 12-3 now is the score. Is that pitch missing outside for a ball? That's Russell Bunch over at third base. He drew a bases-loaded walk to get one of the easiest RBIs of his career. And then it was a 2-run single by Jacob Hall. And that is our Sonic scoring update. That pitch. Did he call it a ball? He kind of barked and then pointed with his left hand, but 2-0 is the count. As I said, he's got a unique cadence, if you will, behind the plate, so you kind of have to wait for him. Big swing and a miss that time, as Powell was looking to park that one back in Arkansas. Actually, probably would have pointed it more towards the right side of the field. Either way, he was trying to send that one traveling. 2-1 now is the count with 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Powell looks at that breaking pitch, and it's a beauty as it just came right back in enough to nip the corner of the plate. And 2-2 now goes the count here to Austin Powell. If Powell were to reach, it would be Brett Coker, the Tennessee native, due up next. Yeah, that pitch missing. Good eye that time as they try to get him to chase one. Good location on the pitch, low and outside, where if he did swing at it, there's no way he could have hit it, but a good eye that time on the part of Austin Powell. So the count goes full here to Austin. Runners in motion. Powell pops this one up. It's going to drift over. First baseman chasing over, and it's going to get out of play. And so we'll stay with a 3-2 count here on Austin Powell. He did ground into that Little Caesars double play back in the second. Had a single and eventually came around to score on a wild pitch back in that 9-run first inning. 12-3, ICC with the lead. They've scored 3 runs so far here in the top of the third. Trying to see if they can get another 2-out hit here to pick up some of those insurance runs. Powell fouls that one off. Catcher couldn't hang on to it, so he'll live to see another day. Count stays full at 3-2. Absolutely not a bad drive to Millington from Fulton, especially now that they got that new cutoff road. You can make it here in about a little less than 2 hours. I say right around that hour 45, hour and 50-minute mark. A little bit quicker than that if you drive creatively like I do. Powell, ground ball, and it gets past the diving third baseman. Clutch 2-out hit there as Russell Bunch comes around to score. And a big time at bat there after fouling off some pitches by Austin Powell, and ICC now takes a 13-3 lead on that clutch 2-out hit there from Powell. Runner did advance to second, and now this will be Brett Coker. Well, Coker during his first at bat came up with a 2-run single. As Coker now will dig in with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. 13-3, Indians with the lead here after putting a 4th spot on the board. As that pitch right down the middle for a strike. Good job that time by Boren to come back and challenge the batter and get ahead of the count now, 1-0. Coker, 1 for 2 on the day. He did fly out to center to end the second. Swings on this one, hard hit. Second baseman going into shallow right field. Now the right fielder coming up and makes the play. Called off the second baseman at the last second, but does squeeze it for the out, and that will do it. The Indians get 4 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take the timeout, come back with the bottom of the third inning. The Indians lead it 13-3. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunies here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa Beta Chi Sigma Tupelo campus.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 13-3 ICC with the lead. Swinging on the first pitch. High, fly ball, deep, but foul. As this should be Cade Taylor, unless there was a change made in this situation. Yes, it is Taylor. Tyler Smith still on the hill here for the Indians as that pitch high and inside. 1-1 now is the count. That pitch across for a strike, 1-2. Now is the count here to Taylor. So Tyler Smith trying to do quick work of Taylor here. That pitch missing low and outside. Not a bad spot to miss if you couldn't get him to go fishing on a beautiful day like today, but a good eye by Taylor to hold off on that one. 2-2 now is the count. Smith's pitch coming. Swung on and missed for strike three. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Tyler Smith. Well, a good job that time by Smith after getting hit pretty hard on the first pitch he threw. Was able to rock back and get that Renaissance Bank strikeout, the fourth Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Smith. And now this will bring up Porter to the plate. Porter looks at that pitch in there for a strike. Smith starting to deal a little bit here. Looks like he's feeling a little bit more comfortable on that mound. As we said, only pitched 8 2/3 inning before getting to the start today. Is that pitch missing high for a ball. Working with a 13-3 lead. Not a bad cushion to work with thanks to those bats by the Indians. As a nice job of changing pace, and way ahead of that one was Porter. And 1-2 now is the count. So Smith getting set to deal. And that one hitting, just lost a little bit of that one. And so he will head down to first as Smith was working with purpose and just a little too excited that time as he pushes that one into the leg of the batter. And he'll get down to first, and this will bring up Crenshaw to the plate. We do thank everyone that's watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel. As of right now, the plan for the Southwest Series is for the games to be on the Blue Channel. A good buddy of mine that I've worked with for quite a few years before coming to ICC, Jeremy Kennedy, is scheduled to have the play-by-play on those games. Lee Adams probably going to try to help out a little bit there as the runner goes. Throw down is not in time. Good speed on the part of Porter as he takes second. Got a good pitch to run on, too, as it was a breaking pitch. Throw down was not in time. Indians did make some changes, or at least I saw Coach Collier come out and make some changes. Matter of fact, I think one of those changes might be behind the plate right now. Or maybe it's not. I can't read the number. I think it is still Austin behind the plate. 0-1 is the count. And they're going to say he went. Well, I thought he appealed to the infield umpire, and I looked up, and he never said anything, so he did not. 0-2 now is the count. That pitch paints no, it doesn't. Good looking pitch that time for Smith, as we said. Remind me, I tell people all the time, remind me, because I'm rather forgetful if I don't write stuff down, but I'm going to try to back the camera out in between innings just to show you how far away we are. As that ball, wow, had a little bit of juju on it as it hit the ground and popped up after hitting the catcher and actually rolled, looked like Jim Ingram's sand wedge the way it backed up. So 2-2 now is the count. Smith looking for his 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game in the second out of the inning, and there it is. Beautiful pitch there on the part of Tyler Smith. The batter knew it as he just started walking back to the dugout. 2 away now, as that's the second time Crenshaw has struck out. 5th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day, and this should be Gentry coming to the plate. And it is. Gentry single, scored a run. That was back in the second inning. So, yeah, we'll do a Sonic scoring recap in the exchange of the inning here. We're in the bottom of the third, ICC, with a 13-3 lead here over the Salukis of Southwest Tennessee. Breaking pitch is a beauty across for a strike. Well, the runner on second, that's Porter. He was hit by a pitch and stole a base. He is pretty quick, is the best way to say it. There's a breaking pitch, that inside corner. He's going to say no. 1-1 now is the count. Good looking pitch, but again, as I said, you'll see in between innings. My eyesight is not that good to be able to argue balls and strikes today. That pitch across for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Gentry. The Indians got some guys warming up in the bullpen, but Tyler Smith working with purpose this inning. He's already got a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts, looking for his 3rd of the inning. Pitch coming, and it gets away. The runner will advance on the wild pitch, however. So now there's a runner in scoring position as Porter just jogs down to third base. And the count, I believe, goes 3-2. So a runner at third base, 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning, Smith's pitch. Swung and missed for strike 3. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout, the 3rd of the inning for Tyler Smith. And we've played 3. ICC leads it 13-3. All right, so we're going to tell you about the Sonic scoring recap, and we've got a lot of that to talk about. But before I do that, again, folks, I'm going to show you just kind of my point of view from the field. Yeah, as you can tell, if we left it there, you wouldn't be able to see a whole lot. So here you go. This is how it all started for the Indians. Kyle Krieger was hit by a pitch, scored on a 2-run home run by Jackson Lancaster. Then it was back-to-back walks to LeBryant Siddell and Justin Medlin. Russell Bunch reached on an error to load the bases, and then Jacob Hall grounded out to the shortstop for a fielder's choice for the first out of the inning. But by that time, ICC led it 4-0. Then it was a single by Austin Powell, a 2-run single by Brett Coker. Powell came around to score on a wild pitch. Lane Domino singled and scored. No, it was Coker and Domino that scored on a 2-run double by Kyle Krieger. He came around to score on a sacrifice fly from LeBryant Siddell. Then the Salukis answered in the bottom part of the inning with a run after Folks reached on an error, scored on an RBI single by Swanberg. Then no score for the Indians on an unconventional 3-up, 3-down inning after a Little Caesars double play. Three runs in the bottom of the second. It was a 2-run single by Jared Kirkman that was able to push across 2 of those runs in that inning. Actually, it was 2 runs in that inning because they only have 3 runs on the board. And then for ICC, you just saw that 4-run inning there. So now we let you try to get zoomed back in so you guys can see a little bit better than what we originally had here. And so this will be the Indians leading 13-3. Let's go ahead and look at those 4 runs. It came with 2 outs in the inning. It was a bases-loaded walk to Russell Bunch, a 2-run single by Jacob Hall, and Austin Powell had an RBI single, his second hit of the day, and that pushed across 4. Beautiful ball across that time as the new batter in the contest here for the Indians. This is going to be right fielder Caleb Whittle at the plate. Whittle couldn't catch up with the fast. It's a little tail on that one that time. 1-2 is the count here to Whittle, getting his first at-bat of the afternoon. Whittle looks at that pitch, high and inside. 2-2 now is the count. You figure Coach Collier's going to give guys a lot of opportunities to come in here and play this afternoon. As Whittle swings on this one, and it's going to be a flare over the head of this second baseman. Nice at bat that time by Caleb Whittle. Battled back, found a way to win that battle, and got the single out to right field. And it's going to be the 8th hit of the day for the Indians. We're in the top of the 4th. I believe this game's scheduled for 7 innings. The reason why I say that is, of course, conference games, game 1 always scheduled for 9. Now, of course, the Indians keep this pace. We may end this one a little bit early as well. So now this is going to be Kyle Krieger at the plate as there's a throw over to first. Whittle dives back without any issues. Krieger looks at that pitch. It's high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Kyle Krieger. Kyle 1 for 2 on the day. He was hit by a pitch. He scored a couple of runs and also has drove in 2 more. Indians lead at 13-3. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Krieger looks at that pitch. It clips the corner. And 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs as Caleb Whittle started the inning off with a single out to right field. Krieger, the leadoff batter, takes a big, healthy chop at that one. Try to say cut and chop at the same time. Doesn't work. 1-2 now is the count. So Krieger's going to have to choke up and protect the plate here. Runner at first base, no outs. This ball sent out to the gap. Left fielder's going to come in and squeeze it for out number 1. Well, good location on that pitch. Krieger had to go downstairs and find a piece of it with 2 strikes on him. Couldn't get enough of it to put a charge in it that time. It was a routine fly ball out to left. And now with 1 out, this is Jackson Lancaster coming to the plate. Lancaster had that 2-run home run in the first. Since then, he's been walked twice. Has been left stranded both times. So Lancaster trying to fire up the bats here for the Indians. Stands in, takes a pitch across for a strike. Good looking pitch. This is Trey Boren, 3rd pitcher on the day for the Salukis. 0-1 is the count. 1 out. That's Caleb Whittle over at first base, who started us off with a single. Pitch is high, gets away, and Whittle will jog down to second, take a turn to third, but will stay put as the ball took a pretty good bounce off the netting back there. A lot of room to work behind the plate if the ball does get away. So now this is Lancaster to plate with a 1-1 count, facing Boren with a runner at second and 1 out. So waiting the pitch here is on its way. Lancaster thought he might have ticked it a little, but he did not. And the runner will advance after the ball gets away. So now a base hit could be big here for the Indians. As 1-2 now is the count here on Lancaster. Gentry wanted to come up and talk to his pitcher for a moment, just try to make sure they're on the same page. May have just had a little miscue on where he wanted that pitch. Nine runs at the top of the first, 4 in the top of the third. ICC leads it 13-3 here in Game 1 against Southwest Tennessee. And that pitch high, evens the count now at 2-2. Well, if you hear a lot of road noise out there over the broadcast, there is a major highway nearby as Lancaster sends this one center field. Center fielder's going back. Can he find it in time? Yes, he does. and that will score the run. So that'll be a sacrifice fly there as Whittle jogs home, no throw, and ICC now leads it 14-3. A productive out yet again. The Indians have had 3 of those today, as that was a sacrifice fly being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They meet Monday nights at 7:07, Wednesdays at lunch. So, hey, ICC students or somebody in the Fulton area, if you're watching right now, go and enjoy the ICC BSU lunch. And all they ask is bring $2 and a friend, and why not treat your friend to lunch? Bring them $2 as well. That's the ICC BSU, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. This pitch fouled off by LeBryant Siddell. As that was an RBI on that sacrifice fly as Whittle comes around to score. 0-1 is the count. That pitch low and inside for a ball. 1-1 now. Goes the count here to LB. Well, LeBryant, he doesn't have it at bat. The reason why I say that, he's got a sacrifice fly and a pair of walks. Beautiful pitch there as it comes back inside on Siddell. 1-2 now goes the count. So LB's going to have to choke up and protect the plate here. Siddell rips one, but it goes foul down that third baseline. Good job that time coming in on the hands once again by the pitcher, but LB doing a good job of finding a piece of it, fouling it off, and keeping the at-bat alive as the count now goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on here for the Indians. That pitch missing low and inside, evens the count now at 2-2. Pitch coming. Siddell waits on it. Fouls it off. Oh, Coach Collier thought about making a play on it and then changed his mind as he realized it was a little bit further out than he thought it was. So the count will stay 2-2 here on LeBryant Siddell. He jams him. This one popped up. It's going to get out of play. Catcher is giving chase and couldn't get to it. What an effort behind the plate there by Gentry. Just came off the netting. Well, there's one thing you know for sure. This is a well-coached baseball team in Southwest Tennessee, and they're going to give you 100% on every play, as that was a fine example of it there. So the count will stay 2-2 after that foul ball. LeBryant Siddell is at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. We're in the top of the 4th inning. ICC has already pushed across 1. And that pitch high. So Siddell has battled back to force the count to go full here at 3-2. He's already walked twice today. Can he get the third one? Instead, big time swing there, missed as the catcher was able to hold on to it. Actually said he got a piece of it, fouled it back, but the catcher hangs on. And that's a big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning. But the Indians do get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the 4th inning. ICC leads at 14-3. Back with more right after this.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as looks like we have a new pitcher in the game here for ICC. So once he kind of turns around so I can pick up that number, I'll let you know who the new pitcher is as Tyler Smith takes a seat with a 14-3 lead. New pitcher in the contest here for ICC is Grant Johnson. Grant Johnson entering to pitch here in the bottom of the 4th. Smith got the grooving pretty well. He's got 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts in his last inning. So Johnson will come into pitch. We'll take a look at some Sonic stats on Johnson here in a moment. We'll also try to get you a Renaissance Bank scoreboard update as well. Brother Chris Burrows keeping me updated on that kind of stuff there. So Johnson getting set as that first pitch across for a strike. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty. Man, Grant Johnson coming in and working with purpose here, not wasting any time, and he's quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Getting set to deliver here, and that pitch missing outside. Not a bad spot to miss. See if you could get him to chase one there. 1-2 now is the count. This is Balmer at the plate. It'll be the 9-1-2 batters due up here for the Salukis. 1-2 pitch coming from Johnson. And they're going to say, did he go? No, he did not. Close call there, but it does go the way of the Salukis. Good job by Balmer to hold off on that one. Keeps the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Pitch coming. That one fouled back and will stay at 2-2. 14-3. The Indians scored 9 in the first, none in the second, 4 in the third, and they get 1 in the top of the fourth. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Indians trying to end this one early here in the first of 2 games this afternoon. That pitch in the dirt. And now, after getting ahead in the count quickly, 0-2, it's now 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs on Balmer, who reached on an error, eventually came around to score a run. It was part of that 2-run second inning. So Johnson needs to find a way to win this at bat here. A couple of foul balls have kept it alive. And this one's another one right back at us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Visit iccms.edu to find out how you can help contribute to Itawamba Community College through the Foundation and Alumni Association. This pitch popped up. Whittle's going to give chase. It's in foul territory, but it's going to get out of play. And so we'll stay at 3-2 yet again. See if anybody's checked in on Twitter. See Christy Hall retweeting us. If you're watching, hit us up. Let us know. Mike Powell had checked in a little bit earlier. 14-3 is the score. 3-2 is the count. New pitcher in the game is Grant Johnson. Johnson's pitch coming, and ball 4. Good at bat that time by Balmer. He was able to foul off a lot of pitches, keep the at-bat alive, and eventually won it with the ball 4 call. And so that'll be a leadoff walk here from Johnson. And now this will be Folks. Folks is 0 for 1 on the day, or excuse me, 0 for 2. He reached on a fielder's choice, reached on an error, stole the base, and did score a run. That was back in the first inning. So he'll dig in here to try to see if the Salukis can spark a rally as that pitch drifts high for a ball. Indian Week going on campus. They had crawfish today. Of all days, I have been craving crawfish some kind of bad as that pitch high for a ball. And of course, when they have crawfish on campus, they used to do that all the time whenever I was ICC. When I first started, 9 years ago. Actually, yeah, this is starting my 10th year at ICC. I started in 10, so whatever year it is. Either way, they used to do that all the time with crawfish, and now 3-0 is the count. Haven't done it in a while and had it today, and I was on the road and looking at Instagram. By the way, you can follow Itawamba CC on Instagram or Get Involved ICC on Instagram. Saw some of those pictures, and I was like, yep. I missed out on a good day, so hopefully those ICC students, faculty, and staff was able to partake in that. Appreciate everything, all the hard work going into Indian Week this week. As that pitch across for strike 2, as Folks thought that was ball 4, walks off and kind of taking his time coming back and kind of looks back at the home plate umpire. You can do that slow walk, but if you look at him, don't be surprised if this next pitch is not even in the area code of the plate if he don't ring you up in that situation. So Folks will dig in with a runner on first and no outs. Johnson looking for a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Can't get it. That's ball 4, and the runner was on in motion that time, but does not get credited with the stolen base, as that will be a walk. Back-to-back walks now issued by Johnson. Runners on first and second. ICC leading at 14-3. We do thank everyone that's tuned in here and remind you that baseball against Southwest Mississippi is planned to be on the Blue Channel, but there is a lot of rain in the forecast later in the week throughout the state, so you'll want to be sure and follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. There's a grounder to the third baseman, only one play, and it's over, and a good scoop out of the dirt that time by Medlin, 5-3 on the putout. Runners do advance, however, so now there's one out in the inning, and this is going to be Jackson Little coming to the plate. That pitch missing for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here. This is Jackson Little. Runners at second and third here for the Salukis. There's one out. Ground ball, hard hit, and it gets past the diving third baseman. One run will score here for the Salukis. And the runners now will be on the corner. A clutch hit there out of Jackson Little, his first hit of the day. That is an RBI, and so now it makes it a 14-4 score, as that was Balmer who came around to score. And this will bring up Chris Swanberg. Swanberg, the third baseman, he had an RBI single in the first, flew out to left to end the second, and we'll dig in here to see if he can spark the bats of the Salukis in the bottom of the fourth inning. The one run on the board, runners on the corners, and he's going to be hit by a pitch. And now bases will be loaded here for Southwest Tennessee. And this is going to be Cade Taylor. Last time we saw Cade Taylor, he struck out swinging, but not after he put a big-time charge into a pitch that went to left field and foul. Didn't get out of the ballpark, but did drift over the fence. So one of those you think if he would have straightened it out, possibly had enough legs to get out of the park. So I'm going to go down and talk to the young man over at first base as he took that one off the knee, so he's kind of stretching over there, is Swanberg. Swanberg had a great play defensively. And that was back in the, what inning was that? Was it back in the second inning when he turned 2? He just reached down and snagged the ball out of the dirt. It was like, whoa, look what I found. Quickly turned a 5-4-3. Little Caesars double play as there swing on and miss that time as Taylor was kind of running with the pitch almost. Swung and missed for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. Taylor was also hit by a pitch. That was back in the first. That pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. It was Tyler Smith who started things off for the Indians. As that pitch missing low, 2-1 now is the count, barring a miracle. And I'm not going to say barring a miracle because, as we know, the wild world of JUCO sports, anything can happen. But ICC with a 10-run lead right now. But bases are loaded here for the Salukis, and that pitch missing for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. ICC still got some guys getting loose in the bullpen. Would like to see Johnson go a little bit deeper into the afternoon here. 3-1 pitch coming. High and inside, and that's ball 4, and that will walk across a run, and now it's 14-5. A bases loaded walk issued to Taylor. Taylor, he's not interested in taking one for the team as he was running away from any inside pitches as Folks comes across for the run. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm with Cade Taylor. I am not in the business of getting hit by a baseball. So bases stayed loaded here, and this is going to be Porter, who was hit by a pitch, stole the base, and advanced on a wild pitch before being left stranded at third in the third inning. He also struck out swinging in the first. And that pitch missing for a ball. 1-0 is the count. There's a shot that's going to drop for a base hit. A clutch hit there off the bat of Porter. See if they're going to try to score 2. No, they're going to ask 1 to score. And that will push across another run there. And now here come the Salukis. Don't go anywhere, folks. As I said, JUCO ball is wild. That's an RBI single that scores Little. And it's now a 14-6 contest, and Coach Collier, Coach Kurt's actually our softball coach. Coach Collier's wanting to go out and talk to his pitcher. We'll take a break and hear a word from Coke and be back with more right after this.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Nah, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula.
Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have a new pitcher in the game here for the Indians. And this is going to be Jonathan Weeks. Jonathan Weeks coming in to pitch here for ICC. So we'll take a timeout here, a few more words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on Let's Go ICC TV. The Indians lead it 14-6. Back with more right after this.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Jonathan Weeks entering to pitch here for the Indians. He'll replace Grant Johnson. Bases are loaded. That pitch across for a strike. So Weeks coming in and zipping that one across for strike one. Bases loaded. All the runners on the bags belong to Johnson in this situation. There's a flare out to the right field. Whittle's going to come up and can't make the diving play. It gets past him. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. 3 runs will score, and that's going to go for a triple as the throw in is not in time. Here come the Salukis as that dropped for a base hit. A great diving effort on the part of Whittle out there. He just lost the baseball, and that's the second time we saw the right fielder for Southwest Tennessee lose it. And so a big-time clutch hit there for the Salukis, and it's now 14-8. Now this pitch, there's another flare out to right field. Should be deep enough to score the run. No, excuse me, it's not. Now they tried to score the run, and a great throw in by Whittle. Don't really know what the guy over at third base was doing that time as he sprinted to home as soon as the ball was hit. Got more than halfway home that time and had to sprint back and then tried to tag up and come back down the line again. But a good throw kept him over there at third base. So just a little bit of a running miscue on the part of the Salukis kept another run off the board, and that could have been a big one. And so now with 2 outs in the inning and a runner at third, this is going to be Bomer who got the inning started for us with a walk and eventually scored a run. That pitch across for a strike from Jonathan Weeks. 14-9, or no, 14-8. I think I put one too many runs on there. That's what they've got right now, 14-8. So that pitch missing low for a ball. Actually, there should be 6 runs on the board. Yep. Didn't realize there was a young man standing behind me. He was going to double check and make sure, but yes, there is 6 runs on the board. So 14-9 is the score. 2-1 is the count. Bomer at the plate. fouls this one off. It evens it up at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. A big inning here for the Salukis. They've got 6 runs on the board. You know, you look at the scoreboard, there's 14 runs for ICC, 9 runs for Southwest Tennessee, and you would think, man, the hits have just got to be piling up here. It's not the case, as that pitch missing for a ball. 3-2 now is the count. The Indians with 8 hits, 3 errors. Southwest Tennessee, 6 hits, 2 errors. Been a lot of walks, handful of hit by pitches this afternoon. So waiting the 3-2 offering here from Weeks. Pitch is on its way, misses for a ball. So for the second time this inning, Balmer reaches on a walk, and we go back to the top of the inning where it's Folks who walked and scored a run. He also reached on a fielder's choice and an error this afternoon. So the Indians try to get out of this inning, find the exit here in the bottom of the 4th. 14-9 is the score. And this is Folks coming to the plate. Third pitcher of the game here for the Indians, Jonathan Weeks, shows bunt, lays it down, foul. Well, it was Tyler Smith who left with a pretty significant lead. Grant Johnson came in, and then now Jonathan Weeks in. And Salukis have battled back to make this thing interesting. 14-9. Runner goes, throw down. Is going to be cut off in case they were going to try the double steal in that situation. Did not. Bomer advanced. I guarantee nobody's catching the reference I've made over and over and over again today, because it's such a bad movie. It's actually a movie that's recently had a movie made about that movie, as that pitch is across for a strike. For strike 2, 1-2 now is the count here on Folks. And this one popped up. Left fielder LeBron Sedale will drift over just a little bit and catch it for the 3rd out of the inning. But damage done there by the Salukis. They score 6 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We'll take the timeout, see if the Indians can get some of those runs back in the top of the 5th. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. Like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 5th inning. 14-9 ICC with the lead. It was 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning that has made this game interesting, as the Salukis not going quietly into the evening here at Millington, Tennessee, USA Stadium. The ICC, the last time they made it the College World Series, or the JUCO College World Series, I should say, was right here in this ballpark. So you know Coach Collier is reliving some of his glory days, flashing back to some of those memories in this ballpark. I think that's a reason why we tend to play here all the time, is because of that. And now it's going to be Justin Medlin to start us off here. Medlin, Bunch, and Hall scheduled up, as Medlin stands in and takes that pitch inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count here on Justin Medlin. That pitch, oh, just outside for a ball. Good looking pitch that time. Again, I'm almost in Kentucky, calling the game up here in the broadcast booth. 2-0 now is the count. Medlin stands in, takes that pitch high for a ball. 3-0 now is the count here to Juss. Medlin, Bunch, and Hall, as we said, scheduled up here in the top of the 5th inning. ICC with a 14-6 lead. At breaking pitch, and they say ball 4. Well, he points. That's what it is. I thought he called it a strike. He just does a low, slow point down to first base. He doesn't do that every time, so it's going to be a leadoff walk here, issued to Justin Medlin, and now this will be Russell Bunch at the plate. So Bunch, and this is new pitcher in as well. This is Jared Shelton. Is that pitch missing for a ball? So Shelton coming into the pitch for the first time this afternoon here in game 1. So 1-0 is the count here to Russell Bunch. Runner at first. Bunch takes that pitch for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Well, Saluki fans might be saying, well, if that's a strike then, why wasn't it not a strike on Medlin in the previous at-bat? He's going to look Medlin back over to first, no throw. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 14-9 is your score. That pitch missing low. For a ball, 2-1 now is the count. 9 runs in the first, 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth for ICC, 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 6 in the fourth for the Salukis. That pitch way outside for a ball. 3-1 now is the count to Bunch. So 3-1 is the count here to Russell Bunch. Runner at first, no outs. And the ball gets away, so that will be ball 4. Medlin will jog down to second just in case it gets a little bit further away. And back-to-back walks now to start the inning, and we'll have a visit to the mound here for the Salukis. We'll take a timeout. Let's hear from Little Caesars. Back with more right after this.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say. It's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza. Then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
So just a few words of encouragement for Jared Shelton after issuing back-to-back walks to start the top of the 5th inning. And this is going to be Jacob Hall at the plate. Jacob playing in that DH role. Stands in, takes that pitch for a strike. So whatever the coach said. Might want to bottle it up as there's going to be a flare out to the right field. Right fielder's going to let it drop, and it's going to go for a base hit. So now bases will be full of Indians, as that's going to be the second hit of the day for Jacob Hall. And now this will be Austin Powell coming up. Bases loaded for ICC. There's no outs here in the top of the 5th. 14-9 is your score. If you like runs in the game of baseball, well, this has been the game for you. So Austin Powell digs in with bases loaded and no outs. Takes a look at that first pitch across for a strike. So 0-1 is the count. And that pitch drifts high for ball 2. Or no, ball 1. 1-1 now is the count. Here to Powell. Powell awaiting the pitch. He looks at that one. Oh, a beautiful curveball that just came right back in, nipped the part of the inside of the plate. and makes it 1-2 now here to the catcher, Austin Powell. So 1-2 pitch coming. Powell swings at that one. Ball gets away. Runner will score as Medling comes home on that one, and ICC leads it now 15-9. And that was swinging strike 3 on Powell. And that is going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Jared Shelton. And now this will be Brett Coker coming to the plate. Coker still with runners on second and third. That pitch outside missing as both runners were able to advance on that pass ball as well. As we said, a lot of room to run if the ball ever gets away from the catcher. And that was the case there. So runners on second and third with 1 out in the inning. That pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 15-9 is your score. 9 runs in the top of the first, 6 in the bottom of the fourth. Has been some interesting innings, big innings for both the teams today. As that ball gets away, and this should score another run, and it will, as the ball bounced back off the netting pretty good, but Russell Bunch was able to sprint home and get the run to score. And I believe that's going to be the 16th run of the inning. Yes, it is. Second run, as that's going to be a wild pitch. And ICC leads it now 16-9. So now they're going to come out and talk. Actually, the home plate umpire is going to come out and talk with the catcher and the pitcher in this situation. So not real sure. This is kind of awkward as the catcher looks like he's whispering in his ear, and it's almost as if the home plate umpire is just kind of leaning in for a second to kind of hear what he's saying. Whatever it was, seems like everybody's all good to go now. As Jared Shelton's getting set to deliver the 1-1 pitch, and there's a shot on the infield. He's going to lift the runner back to third. Only one play, and that's over to first. In time to retire Coker. 4-3 on the putout for the second out of the inning. Infield was in that time, and that's what you got to do. Get that ground ball and then just get the out. Now this is going to be Caleb Whittle coming up to bat for the second time today. Last time up, he singled and scored a run. So he's going to try to spark the bats here in a 2 outs. Indians have put 2 runs on the board. 16-9 as that pitch across for a strike. Whittle, single, scored a run. That was when he started us off in the 4th inning. The only run in the 4th inning for the Indians. Looks at that pitch, a breaking pitch that falls out of the zone. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs here as Whittle is at the plate. He's out of Itawamba AHS, a hometown boy. Getting a shot here. There's a shot down the line, and oh, just foul. Well, I tell you what, Whittle's got great speed. If that one finds a way to sneak its way in down that right field line, he is running for days. But instead, that goes for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on here a runner at third for the Indians. Ball gets away, and this is going to have a chance to score another run, and it will. And the 3rd run of the inning scores on a wild pitch. So the Indians now take a 17-9 lead. And Whittle at the plate. So he's going to dig in and try to keep things going here. Oh, a beautiful breaking pitch, just a little bit too far and too low for the umpire's liking. 3-2 now goes the count here to Caleb Whittle. So Whittle will have to choke up and protect the plate here. Shelton trying to get out of the inning. Instead, there's ball 4. So Whittle will draw a 2-out walk. And Now we'll go back to the top of the lineup here for the Indians, and this will be Kyle Krieger. Kyle flew out to left in his previous at-bat, popped up in foul territory, and the third baseman made a great play to get him out there as that pitch missing low for a ball. Had a 2-run double that was back in the first inning, a first inning that saw the Indians score 9 runs, and he started soft in the first inning after being hit by a pitch. He also scored twice in that inning. Whittle goes. Throw down is not in time, so that'll be a stolen base for Caleb Whittle. So Whittle nabs second. So Krieger at the plate with the runner in scoring position here. That pitch missing for a ball. And that pitch across for a strike. Good job that time coming back and zipping that one across. Krieger taking the whole way that time. So with the runner at second, Krieger will stand in. It's a hard hit ground ball. Shortstop can't make the play. It'll get through, and they're going to ask the run to score. The throw in is not going to be in time. And then Krieger will advance on the throw. And that's going to be a 2-out single that scores the run there for Kyle Krieger. They're listing it as an error on the board. I'm going to have to call that a hit, because that was a hard hit ball and a tough play there. Second hit of the game for Krieger, and it does score Whittle, 4th run of the inning. And now ICC leads it 18-9. Indians would love to find a way to push across this next run, and as soon as I say it, they do. They're going to ask Krieger. No, they're going to ask him. Now they're going to send him after the ball gets away, and so they do score that run. And well, I didn't even have enough time to get the camera up to shoot the highlight. As I was going to say, the Indians would love to find a way to push across that run there, and they do. It's going to go for a single, and then advance and score on the error, or excuse me, score on the error, I should say, because the runner did not advance. And so now ICC leads at 19-9, trying to get those 10 runs and see if they can end this thing early here. And now this is going to be LeBryant Siddell at the plate. Indians get it done again with 2 outs in the inning. That pitch missing low and outside for a ball. That was the second hit of the day for Jackson Lancaster. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of walks and a sacrifice fly. He does have 4 RBIs in the game. There's a hard hit ball, and it's going to get through the gap, and now the Indians will have runners at first and second as Siddell just hammers that one by a third baseman. No play on the ball as it's going to be a single out to left field. So the hits continue here for the Indians. 11. I have to go back and count them because I didn't necessarily agree with the error that they put on the board earlier, as that goes for a hit. And now this will be Justin Medlin coming to the plate. So runners at first and second. Justin Medlin will dig in. That first pitch, and therefore a strike. Just a little old school. Doesn't have any batter's gloves. Just gets up there and swings away. He can hit for power. Has done it all season long. Also one of the pitchers as well for the Indians. It's that pitch missing low and inside for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. And that pitch missing high, 2-1 now goes the count. I'm gonna be honest with you folks. Wouldn't mind to see that home plate umpire kind of extend the strike zone here. But he's been consistent all day, and that's really all you can ask for. Just wouldn't mind seeing the game kind of pick some pace up. And that pitch missing outside, 3-1 now goes the count. Where our first American National Bank opening pitch was at 3:03. It's now 5:16. There's a hard hit ball, and it's going to get past the first baseman. They're going to ask another run to score, and they will. And the Indians put another run on the board, and they now lead it 20-9. An RBI single there for Justin Medlin. That is 4 straight hits for the Indians with 2 outs in the inning. And now this is going to be Russell Bunch coming to the plate. Russell is 0 for 2 on the day. He's walked twice, did drive in a run on one of those walks. He scored twice, scored on a wild pitch, actually this inning. So that'll be an RBI single for Medlin. Now the ball gets away, and Medlin will head over to second. So 20-9 now is the score. We're in the top of the 5th. ICC has gotten all 6 of the runs back that they gave up in the bottom of the 4th inning. As Bunch digs in, looks at that pitch, low and inside for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Russell Bunch. Bunch fouls that one off. And 2-1 now is the count here to Russell Bunch. So that's Justin Medlin, who just had an RBI single over at second base. That pitch missing inside. 3-1 now is the count. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bunch at the plate, Medlin at second. And that pitch coming back in, finding the zone for a strike. 3-2 now is the count. ICC 20, Southwest Tennessee 9. And a beautiful breaking pitch that time. Give him a citation, as that one just did not use a turn signal as it floated back into the strike zone. A Renaissance Bank strikeout to end the inning there, but ICC comes up with 4 straight 2-out hits to score 6 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We'll take a timeout, see if the Indians can close the door on this one. ICC up 20-9. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 20-9 is your score. ICC trying to close the door on this one. Southwest trying to pick up a couple of runs to extend this contest. Is that pitch missing for a ball? Well, I said it for the Indians, and I'll say it for Southwest, and I'll say it for the Indians now. It's 20-9. Expand that strike zone, dude. As that ball is in the dirt. 2-0 now is the count. Yeah, this has been a wild, crazy day at the ballpark. Runs aplenty, especially for the Indians. They've got 20 of them on the board. You tell somebody you're going to score 9 runs in a ball game, they're going to go, okay, we're going to win that thing. Well, they're not going to tell you you're down by 11. The Indians with 13 hits in the contest. As 2-1 now is the count here. That pitch drifting high for a ball. Six hits for the Salukis, and now make it 7 unless it's going to be a diving effort. No, it's not. It's actually going to be down. They're going to ask him to go 2. The throw is going to be not in time. So that's going to be a leadoff double there. Good job by Kirkman. Did not hesitate to get to second. And he was able to slide in safely that time as the tag from Coker was a little bit late. So a leadoff double by Kirkman, and now this will be Jackson Little coming to the plate. Little And an RBI single, scored a run back in the 4th inning. He also grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Struck out but reached after an error on the Indians. And a big healthy swing there from Little. Couldn't come up with it. Actually, this may not be Little at the plate anymore. Yes, it is. It is Little at the plate. And took a big healthy swing at that one. Comes up empty. 0-2. I tell you what, he's looked to park both those pitches. Has been very aggressive in this at bat here. Weeks, however, looking for the first out of the inning. Would love to get it in the form of a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Runner at second, no outs. And this pitch lifted deep left side, going back to the wall, and it's gone. A 2-run home run off the bat of Jackson Little. And it's now 20-11. I don't know if I updated Twitter in the exchange of innings, so I need to go back and look and see. I don't believe I did. Yes, I did not. So let me get everybody caught up on Twitter as well. So that's a big hit there. It's the Indians now lead it by 9. Big healthy swing and a miss there. My phone keeps wanting to change Tennessee, or when I do the abbreviation TENN to tennis. So it takes forever to get these tweets out sometime. So nobody on and no outs. Ground ball is going to be a foul ball. Now the count goes full at 3-2. So 3-2 is the count here. This is Swanberg at the plate. Salukis just not going quietly into the afternoon here. Waiting the pitch. Ground ball. Second baseman's going to have to hurry. No, it takes a hop off the lip. What a break there for Swanberg, as it just found enough of the lip to bullet his way past a diving second baseman. So 3 straight hits now for Southwest Tennessee. They just keep hanging around in this thing. And as a baseball fan, if you're an ICC fan, that just makes you nervous, because this team has had plenty of reasons to just kind of roll over and die today. They just won't. And kudos to the Salukis for that. There's a ground ball, and it's going to be towards the second baseman, and it's going to get through. Another hit. 4 straight hits to start the 5th inning now here. The ball gets away, and now the runners will advance, so that's going to be an error on the Indians. And we may have a pitching change come up here now with runners on second and third. They're looking down to the bullpen, and that looks like that's going to be the case. Looks like we are going to have a pitching change. Or maybe not. They are signaling, and they thought somebody was actually running down to get in, but instead it was somebody running to get a loose ball. But now it looks like we do have that change. We'll take a break and be back with more. 20-11, ICC with the lead. Back with more right after this.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it's 20-11 now with no outs. Runners on second and third here for the Salukis. And try to get you the new pitcher in the game here for the Indians. The fourth pitcher of the afternoon here for ICC. That first pitch missing low for a ball. This is Braden Ellis pitching now. I had to double check my numbers. As that pitch across for a strike, 1-1 is, 1-2 now is what the scoreboard says. Runners on second and third. Nice pitch on the inside that time. And now the count goes 1-2. So Ellis trying to come in and see if he can quickly get the first out of the inning. This pitch popped up. It's going to get out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. As runners on second and third, ICC with a 20-11 lead here in the first game of 2 this evening in Tennessee. And there's swinging strike 3. Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Braden Ellis to get the first out of the inning. I believe Powell came up and did apply the tag to get the out. So the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the afternoon or evening. It is 5:30 on the night for Ellis. So runners at second, third, and 1 out. Ground ball, that's going to be a foul ball, and strike 1. What a, it's been an interesting day, to say the least. We'll try to figure out how many total hits we've got according to my stats. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ball gets away, the run will score, and the runner will advance to third. 23 hits in the game. There have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 walks issued to the Indians. And then 1, 2, 3 issued to the Salukis. There's a grounder, only one play, and that's going to be to first. The throw, though, is high. And so that'll be an error on the throw. The run did score. That's going to be the third run of the inning. So the Salukis keeping this thing reasonable here. It's now 20-13. There's going to be a ground ball at the middle. The Indians turn 2. There's 1. Can they get 2? Yes, they do. Nicely done that time by Ellis to turn around and flip that one for the Little Caesars double play. 1-6-3 to end the inning. But the Salukis do put 4 runs on the board to extend the contest. We'll go to the top of the 6th, but before we do that, we'll take a break. 20-13 is your score in favor of the Indians. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to DavisFordSales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online DavisFordSales.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the game continues, as now this is going to be Herron coming to the plate for the Indians. Herron, Powell, and Coker due up. 20-13 is your score. Breaking pitch, looked good but caught a ball. It's been a fun first game. 33 runs. The two teams have combined for 23 hits. There has been 14 walks in the game. Is that pitch up high? 7 errors and 4 batters hit by a pitch. That pitch across for a strike. Now the count goes full here to Herron. 3-2. So winning the 3-2 pitch here. And it's going to be a foul ball. It actually came off the bat that time. He didn't lift it up. If he doesn't lift up the bat, then that's ball 4. But instead, it hit the bat, so it keeps the AB alive here. Or gives the pitcher new life, I should say. And then Herron is hit by a pitch 5 times. 5 times. Somebody has been hit by a pitch today. And now this is going to be Austin Powell at the plate. So Powell will dig in. He is 2 for 4 on the day with a pair of singles, a run scored. He did hit into a Little Caesars double play. It struck out in his last at bat. Stands in, takes that first pitch high and inside for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Thank you if you're still sticking around in this one. Feels like we've been here for a while, but it's only been, well, no, it's almost 3 hours since that First American National Bank opening pitch. Is a beautiful breaking pitch, swung on and missed that time by Austin Powell. Brett Coker should be on deck, and I do believe we might, yes, he is. So runner at first, Herron was hit by a pitch. Coker is at the plate. Snap throw down to first is not in time. Herron, dives back and gets a face full of dirt that time. Get back to updating Twitter. And that's fouled off, so good job that time by Powell to find a piece of it to keep the at-bat alive here. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and no outs. Runner over at first base is Herron, who was hit by a pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Good job that time with the slider breaking away from the batter. Gets a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for the first out of the inning. And now this is going to bring up Brett Coker. One away, ICC leading it 20-13. And quite the bizarre scoring outbreak this afternoon. India's missed the PAT. And that leaves the door open for Southwest to tie it with a late touchdown in this one, as there's a breaking pitch in there for a strike. Check swing and it blistering out into the fans. Sent a few of them scattering that time. 0-2 now is the count here to Coker. So 0-2 is the count. Runner over at first base. That's Heron, who was hit by a pitch to start the inning. But it was a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Pitch coming. Grounder. Third baseman gets to it. A chance to maybe turn 2. The throw over second is in time, but not enough momentum to be able to throw the ball to first. Score that one 5-4 on the putout of Heron. And so now with 2 outs in the inning, this will bring up Caleb Whittle. Whittle coming up to bat for the third time, batting in place of Lane Domino. Domino was 1 for 1 with a run scored. He was hit by a pitch, scored a run as well. And then for Whittle, he's been money. He's 1 for 1 with 2 runs scored, a walk, and a stolen base. So going to try to come to the plate here and keep this inning alive. Indians leading it by a touchdown, 20-13 here in the top of the 6th inning. Big looping breaking pitch that could not turn in quick enough that time. Goes for a ball. Throw to first, not in time. So that pitch missing for a ball as Whittle is at the plate. So Whittle at the plate with a 3-0 count. Runner at first. That pitch, and it goes for a ball. So for the second straight at bat now, Caleb Whittle will draw a walk, a 2-out walk. And this is where the Indians got things fired up that previous inning. It was with 2 outs in the inning that Whittle drew a walk, and then it led to 4 straight hits from the Indians, including an RBI single from Kyle Krieger. Krieger is 2 for 4 on the day with 3 RBIs. He has 3 runs scored. He has popped up twice, once to the first baseman in foul territory and flew out to left in the 4th. So that pitch missing, or excuse me, going across for a strike, 0-1 now, is the count here to Kyle Krieger. So Krieger at the dish. That one paints the corner for a strike. There's a grounder. Tough play here as the shortstop comes up. We'll have to throw on the hop, and it's in the dirt, but scooped up in time for the putout. A nice play there to end the inning, 6-3 to end it. So the Indians don't put any runs on the board. They lead it 20-13. Don't go anywhere, folks. Who knows what's going to happen as we move to the bottom of the 6th. Back with more right after this.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, ICC with a 20-13 lead here over the Salukis. Braden Ellis is still on the hill here for ICC. That pitch missing for a ball. 20-13 Indians over Southwest Tennessee. Is that pitch missing for a ball as well. Forgive me as I continue to update Twitter. Flying solo here this afternoon. And this is not the game to be solo on with 33 runs. There's a grounder. Coker's going to have to hurry. It's going to be a tough play. Throw over. Not in time. My goodness. That was a great play on the part of Coker. And every time there's been a close play, not saying they've been wrong calls, but every time it's been a close play, it's gone the way of Southwest this afternoon. So that will be a infield single for the Salukis, their 11th hit of the game. As we said, this thing is far, far, far from over, as now this will be Kirkman at the plate, and he is hit. And that's why you wear the protective gear, as Kirkman takes that one off the noggin, and the coaches will run in. Even with wearing that helmet, it still smarts a good bit. A good sign of sportsmanship, if you will. Trying a lot easier said than done, or a lot easier done than said, I should say, as the ICC faithful give him applause as he heads down to first base, and they're going to give him a little bit of a breathing opportunity to catch his breath here. So he's shaking it off, said he's okay. One of those, I think a lot of times more than anything, you get hit in the head even if you are wearing a helmet, and I'm not excusing that by any sense, and it was nothing malicious either, by the way. I'm just saying if you get hit in the head even with protective gear, sometimes when you're not expecting it, it kind of just shakes you up a little bit, as that was a fastball in that he took off the top of the dome, and he will head down to first. So now with runners on first and second, this will be Jackson Little at the plate. No outs. ICC leading 20-13. Shows bunt, it's a beauty. Only going to be one play, and they're going to have to hurry, and they do get it, as Ellis kind of lost it as he pulled it out of his glove that time. It is a sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. Reminded you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. Pitch missing for a ball. Again, this game, the way the score is, it would really be nice if kind of open up that strike zone a little bit for both teams. Not necessarily just either team, just speed this thing up, man. But he's been consistent for both teams today. He's just had the strike zone about the size of, I don't know, I'll wear a size 10.5 shoe, or 11 shoe, I should say. So maybe a little bit, I'll say size 12 shoe. It's been pretty tight. Is that pitch across for a strike? Pitch missing low and outside. Runners on second and third here. 20-13 as now the count goes full 3-2. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Coker's going to load up and throw it across the way and get the out, but a run does score. So nicely done that time on the put out, 6-3, but an effective out. That's going to be an RBI. That makes it 20-14 now in favor of the Indians. 6-run contest. We're in the bottom of the 6th, ICC and Southwest. The Indians have had a chance to put this thing away numerous times early on, but Southwest just not going quietly into the night. Hard hit ground ball. First baseman bobbles it, loses it. Going to have to hurry. Underhand toss over to Ellis to get it out. Good job that time by Medlin. Couldn't quite find the ball. Eventually got it. Underhand toss over to the pitcher, Braden Ellis, to get out of the inning. So 1 run scores on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on base. 20-14 is your score. We'll go to the 7th and be back with more right after this.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef. No, corn-fed. On the grill. Nah, flat top. Iceberg lettuce. Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese. Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke. Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, everybody. 20-14 is the score. Indians with the lead as we head now to the top of the 7th inning. New pitcher in the game for Southwest. This is Connor Hobbs. So Connor Hobbs coming in to start the top of the 7th here. 5th pitcher of the game for the Salukis. I've actually had to stop shooting highlights because my camera that I was shooting highlights on, the battery's dead. So there has been a lot of action in this game, obviously so, with 34 runs scored. So that pitch across for a strike from Hobbs. This is Jackson Lancaster at the plate. Swings on this pitch, pops it up. Tough play for the center fielder. And instead, the left fielder's going to call him off the last second and squeeze it for the out. Well, a nice job. I heard the left fielder call him off from up here. So that way there wouldn't be a collision in that situation. So 1 away now, and this is going to bring up LeBryant Siddell. LB will dig in. He singled. He struck out, walked, had a sacrifice fly, and walked so far in this contest. LB, boy, could not catch up with that off-speed pitch. A beautiful one there from Hobbs. And that pitch in the dirt. So LB at the plate. Takes that one for a ball. Well, as I said, this umpire, I don't know if he can see it. He may think it's a 2-1 game instead of a 20-14 game as LB fouls that one off. That pitch missing, and that's going to be ball 4. So for the Third time today, LB will get a walk and head down to first with 1 out in the inning. And now this is going to be Justin Medlin coming to the plate. Medlin had an RBI single his last time up, was left stranded. He walked, scored a run on a wild pitch, flew out to left, walked. So he too has been walked 3 times. That ball gets away, and Sedale will head to second. He's going to make a hard turn, look at third, and decides not to go. So Sedale will advance on the wild pitch. That pitch, missing for a ball to Justin Medlin. And 2-0 now is the count with Sedale over at second base. That pitch right down the middle. That sidearm delivery kind of handcuffing Medlin that time. 2-1 now is the count with 1 out. That one missing for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. This pitch popped up. Shortstop coming in on the infield, and now Sedale is going to be caught as he thought that was the third out of the inning. So, and one-man double play as it was a pop-up to the shortstop. He simply turned around and touched the bag. So one of those, I'm telling you folks, this game has had a funky lull to it, and that was just one of those things where you kind of fall asleep if you're LeBryant in that situation. And a break there for the Salukis as it's now 20-14. We'll take a break and come back with more. ICC trying to close it out on this one. 20-14 is your score. Back with more right after this.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action. That first pitch in the dirt, missing for a ball. This is Cade Taylor at the plate. I actually had him grounding out his previous at bat. So let's go back and back these up real quick. I'm telling you folks, this has just been a weird vibe to this game all throughout the afternoon. 2-0 now is the count. Ground ball, foul ball. And so this is Cade Taylor. Taylor, Porter, and Crenshaw due up. This one fouled off, and now 2-2 is the count. Ground ball at the middle. Shortstop gloves it. Going to have to hurry. Throws over in time for the out. Nicely done that time by Brett Coker. He is quickly emerging as one of the league's top shortstops and showing off why there, as that was deep up the middle, was able to make that play look easy that time for out number 1. And now this should be Crenshaw coming to the plate. Big healthy swing and a miss there. 20-14 is your score. Braden Ellis trying to close the door on this one for the Indians to pick up this wild win here in game 1. Is that pitch missing outside? I'm going to tell you this, folks. There will not be a Renaissance Bank postgame update. I'll just give you the final score and sign off because I had a large unsweet tea from a restaurant that doesn't open on Sundays on the way here. And tell you what, it was probably about an hour ago that caught up with me. So, yeah, we'll have a quick close to game 1 if we ever get there. This pitch fouled back out of play, and we'll stay at 1-2. Of course, I don't mention the restaurant because they're not a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. But if you would like to sponsor ICC Athletics here on Let's Go ICC TV, hit me up. Call my office at 862-8059. 862-8059 as there's looking strike 3 for the second out of the inning. A beautiful bender that time out of the hands of Ellis to get the second out. And now this is... Okay, now this is Crenshaw at the plate. I see where my mistake came now. So having to make a mistake there. So, yes, this is now Crenshaw. Man, this game has been so weird. I've been off. The players have just scored 34 runs. As there's a grounder to the third baseman. Bunch gets it, throw over in time, and that's going to do it. ICC gets a 3-up, 3-down inning in the bottom of the 7th to pick up the 20-14 win. ICC gets 20 runs on 13 hits and 4 errors. And then it's 14 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors, for the Salukis. Well, that's going to do it here for game 1. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for game 2 right here on Let'sGoICCTV.com.